Well, hello there. Breaking news. It's Dassem, and I'm back. And wow, has it been a while. Work situation has stabilized a bit, as well as the study situation. Hoping to have some time to make some videos this winter. We'll see. So, what's new in Blitz? We had a fun mode. I just managed to get back for this mode, and it was hilarious. Yeah, if anyone knows me, they know I'm a big fan of keeping things realistic, but this was just too much fun. Especially, I drove almost exclusively light tanks because of the speed boost. The speed boost is absolutely crazy. And yeah, are you already one of the fastest tank with the engine power boost? It was something really different. Other big change we've had very recently is the user interface. I'm not a fan of it, not at all. It's well, how to describe it? It doesn't look like it's been made by one group of people with one goal. It's been made a lot of individuals with a lot of good ideas, but it hasn't been coordinated, I think is the word. You have different elements on the screen that have similar functions and similar appearance, but different size. You have different sized fonts, you have different font types. Even if the variations in the fonts are minimal, it's making it look unprofessional. But yeah, the different size of text and items is a big one here. Of course, the new elements, they look very crisp and fresh and nice, and of course a lot of it is to do with the sizing of everything. Just have it scaled by one person do all the scaling. It's that easy. And by all means, if you're gonna keep it that small, you need to have something to. I'm watching this video. It shouldn't be. You need to have some kind of way to scale it, because it's what's good for a tablet or a phone isn't necessarily good for a PC, and vice versa. So, well, this was a bit of the news. In other news, today's show will have. I've been going back and acing 2 low tier tanks. I have a Challenger Ace. I have yeah, we're revisiting the T21 possibly. And, seeing some matches I lose, some matches. And one match I can't believe was not an ace. But well, sorry for the slight interruption there. I got a phone call. I'm still working a bit while doing this. We're landing the last and 4th kill there. 806 damages, and the base is almost captured, but that was not our doing. Still, 4 kills, 806 damage, just did it. We scored flat 4K XP with the modifiers. So how they make that from the base XP, I don't know. Fired 28 shots, penned with 21. Same map, different side, different tank. This is the tier 2, the Polish, and amazingly I just bounced with it. This is not a tank for bouncing, it's a tank for moving rapidly, but it's no good for bouncing. As you can see here, I try sneaking out. The red team is camping en masse, and they are all aiming at me. Yeah, my team is kind of camping. The red team is also camping. It's a camp versus camp, and I'm the only one in the middle. No longer the only one. No, I have company. So when we're spotted one place, we just duck down and pop up another place, just beside it. And this tank also very frustrating. The gun is weak. If you hit someone's track, you don't detrack them, the track absorbs the shot. Which is frustrating, because when you are, oh look at that, they hit my gun. How? On tier 2, how did they hit my gun? These tanks are notoriously inaccurate. Low tier tanks. Yeah, when you're chasing aces, you usually can't do enough damage by yourself. You're going for tracks, you're trying to get all the spots you can, you're trying to get all the kills, you're stealing kills, you're trying to do as much spotting damage and as much assisted damage as possible. Like assisted damage you get from taking out someone's tracks. And it's not easy when your gun is not strong enough to actually destroy tracks. Well, we are just sacrificing a few hit points here, or trying to get the last guy. Teammate runs around the corner to steal my kill. That was sneaky of him. I didn't appreciate that. Okay, let me steal this one then. Yeah! It balances out the scores. A few reds to take care of. This tank is quite mobile, which makes it not too bad for hunting aces, but look at this guy, he's sneaking away from me, around the rock. Boom. And 2 guys left. One is up there, the other one has to be somewhere else. I can't make that one in time, he has to be back here. This is just using powers of deduction. See where all my team is? Yep, the only place that no one can see on the map has to be this. Look at that. Oh, that's so sad. Now he's running around the rock, hitting his tracks and not being able to track him. And now we're gonna do something a bit cheeky here. He bounced me, amazingly. No, oh, there we're gonna take out this one. Yay! Just waited for him to have just enough hit points. And amazingly, with only 3 kills. But look at the scouting medal and the spotting medal. That's where we got our ace from. 700 damage is not too bad in tier 2, but neither is it really ace material. But 6 spotted and 180 spotting damage. That will help you. Now we're in the slow cruiser, the cruiser 2. And we're just firing a shot just to see if someone can spot us. No one can, which means that even with the slow tank, I was first here. There we go. Someone else is spotting. Cruiser 2 has the autoloader, and yeah, I'm traditionally a huge fan of all the cruiser tanks. This one being a bit slower is not my favorite, but yeah, I like the gun. I really like the gun. It's fast aiming, it's fast firing, it has the DPM and it has the accuracy. It's very enjoyable. I'm playing a bit careful here. I'm wondering, what I want to know is the stock camos, the national camos. When is Wargaming getting around to making any modifications to them? Because they've been the same since the game launched, and I understand that they shouldn't be too good, because then no one will buy the premium camos. But still, first of all, you have the 2 nation-specific camos. Those are nice enough on most tanks, but even they're looking like low res. they're not crisp. They really should be freshened up, like they did with the UI. But just better. And then you have the 4 for each season generic camos, which most of them look horrible. They should just do something to those. Like solid colors would be preferable. And yeah, I like the color scheme of this camo, but I really would like it to look more painted rather than printed with a potato. And a shot and a kill. That's our first kill, and we're still only at 385 damage. And half the match is gone. Things are not happening fast here. Also have very few hit points left. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, he's going in. He's going in. Kill him. There's a kill. I'm gonna make a warning now that if it suddenly I disappear and then reappear with different clothes, it's because I had to go. Yeah, I have to go lots of shops today. I'm buying a new freezer. I have to pick it up, and I'm going to pick up my daughter from school, and we're gonna go and pick up the freezer, and we're gonna go to a builder store and pick up a lot of ventilation equipment. I'm redoing my basement. I've been doing it for last half year or so, maybe the last year, because first I had to take out, it was completely packed with old trash, the whole basement, so I had to get rid of all of that and sort out what I wanted to keep, and that took weeks and months, and then I had to get rid of all the old the wall coverings and the old wall insulation and the floorboards and the floor insulation, and get down to the concrete, and then I had to pick apart the concrete and carry out the whole concrete floor, which luckily had no rebar in it, and then I had to dig down and get new sewage pipes and water pipes, which was like the main reason I did this. I started the whole process. So I got the new kill stealer, new pipes in, and I've had a new concrete slab poured. Yeah, look at this, 700 damage, and it's a mastery. It came easily. Yep. So right now I have a new floor with rebar, and it's flat and fine, and it's been flattened by a professional. So yeah. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Yeah, let's just move on. Well, let's get this low tier mastery shenanigans out of the way. This is the lowest tier. It's as low as you go. If you're in a tier this low, you cannot go any lower. If you're going lower from this point, you're on foot. This is the Vickers, the Finnish from the new European line. It's not a very inspiring tank. It has, believe it or not, some armor. It does get the occasional bounce, but it's slow. It's boring. It's, well, yeah. If you aim, it will hit. It doesn't have enough alpha to take someone's tracks off properly. And yeah. But then again, it's a tier 1. What can you expect? Not much, really. So I'm gonna just torture myself and you by making us all watch this nonsense. I should be dead by now, but you see, I'm getting the occasional bounce. Angling and dangling and making stuff happen. Yeah, look. Bounce. Playing high risk here. Already lost a lot of hit points. But hopefully we'll have taken out the most dangerous the opponents. And yeah, I'm not usually playing tier 1. I went back because this is the tier 1 I was lacking a mastery game in, so I figured I need to have them all. I should talk about something else while we are waiting for this to end, this misery. Yeah, after getting back, I've been able to grind up the tech tree. I now have all the tech tree tanks again. As well as all the tanks that were made blue. I also have all of those, so I'm a bit of a completionist. I've gotten a few other new tanks, the premium ones. Let's see. I got the Chieftain T95, I got the other T95 Chieftain, or whatever it's called. T95 E2? Yeah. So then I got also the M4 with the auto-reloader thing, which is... It's a decent tank. Some call it overpowered, I wouldn't. It's very situational, but if you manage to get it in a situation where you can use the auto-reloader for what it's worth several times through a battle, then it's extremely capable. But it's very situational. So overall, I think it's amazing that Wargaming have managed to balance the auto-reloaders as well as they have, because it's a crazy difficult thing to get right. Well, sorry for the slight interruption there. I got a phone call. I'm still working a bit while doing this. We're landing the last and fourth kill there. 806 damages, and the base is almost captured, but that was not our doing. Still, 4 kills, 806 damage, just did it. We scored flat 4K XP with the modifiers, so how they make that from the base XP, I don't know. Fired 28 shots, penned with 21. Same map, different side, different tank. This is the tier 2, the Polish, and amazingly I just bounced with it. This is not a tank for bouncing, it's a tank for moving rapidly, but it's no good for bouncing. As you can see here, I try sneaking out. The red team is camping en masse, and they are all aiming at me. Yeah, my team is kind of camping. The red team is also camping. It's a camp versus camp, and I'm the only one in the middle. No longer the only one. No, I have company. So when we're spotted one place, we just duck down and pop up another place, just beside it. And this tank also very frustrating. The gun is weak. If you hit someone's track, you don't detrack them. The track absorbs the shot, which is frustrating. Because when you are, oh, look at that, they hit my gun. Oh, tier 2, how did they hit my gun? These tanks are notoriously inaccurate. Low tier tanks. Yeah, you're chasing aces. Usually can't do enough damage by yourself. You're going for tracks. You're trying to get all the spots you can. You're trying to get all the kills. You're stealing kills. You're trying to do as much spotting damage and as much assisted damage as possible. Like assisted damage you get from taking out someone's tracks. And it's not easy when your gun is not strong enough to actually destroy tracks. We are just sacrificing a few hit points here, or trying to get the last guy. Teammate runs around the corner to steal my kill. That was sneaky of him. Didn't appreciate that. Let me steal this one then. Yeah! So it balances out the scores. Oh, a few reds to take care of. This tank is quite mobile, which makes it not too bad for hunting aces, but look at this guy, he's sneaking away from me, around the rock. Boom! And 2 guys left. One is up there, the other one has to be somewhere else. I can't make that one in time, he has to be back here. It's just using powers of deduction. See where all my team is? Yep, the only place that no one can see on the map has to be this. Look at that. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, he's running around the rock, hitting his tracks and not being able to track him. And now we're gonna do something a bit cheeky here. He bounced me. Where is he? And we're gonna take out this one. Yay! Just waited for him to have just enough hit points. And amazingly, with only 3 kills, but look at the scouting medal and the spotting medal. That's where we got our ace from. 700 damage is not too bad in tier 2, but neither is it really ace material. But 6 spotted and 180 spotting damage. That will help you. Now we're in the slow cruiser, the cruiser 2. And we're just firing a shot just to see if someone can spot us. No one can, which means that even with the slow tank, I was first here. There we go. Someone else is spotting. Cruiser 2 has the autoloader, and yeah, I'm traditionally a huge fan of all the cruiser tanks. This one being a bit slower is not my favorite, but yeah, I like the gun. I really like the gun. It's fast aiming, it's fast firing, it has the DPM and it has the accuracy. It's very enjoyable. I'm playing a bit careful here. I'm wondering, what I want to know is the stock camos, the national camos. When is Wargaming getting around to making any modifications to them? Because they've been the same since the game launched, and I understand that they shouldn't be too good, because then someone will buy the premium camos. But still, first of all, you have the 2 nation-specific camos. Those are nice enough on most tanks, but even they're looking like low res. they're not crisp. They really should be freshened up, like they did with the UI, but just better. And then you have the 4 for each season. Generic camos, which most of them look horrible. They should just do something to those. Like solid colors would be preferable. Yeah, I like the color scheme of this camo, but I really would like it to look more painted rather than printed with a potato. And a shot and a kill. That's our first kill, and we're still only at 385 damage. And then half the match is gone. Things are not happening fast here. Also have very few hit points left. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, he's going in. He's going in. Kill him. There's a kill. I'm gonna make a warning now that if it suddenly I disappear and then reappear with different clothes, it's because I had to go. Yeah, I have to go lots of shops today. I'm buying a new freezer. I have to pick it up, and I'm going to pick up my daughter from school, and we're gonna go and pick up the freezer, and we're gonna go to a builder store and pick up a lot of ventilation equipment. I'm redoing my basement. I've been doing it for last half year or so. Maybe the last year. Because first I had to take out, it was completely packed with old trash, the whole basement, so I had to get rid of all of that and sort out what I wanted to keep, and That took weeks and months, and then I had to get rid of all the old the wall coverings and the old wall insulation and the floorboards and the floor insulation, and get down to the concrete, and then I had to pick apart the concrete and carry out the whole concrete floor, which luckily had no rebar in it. And then I had to dig down and get new sewage pipes and water pipes, which was like the main reason I did this. I started the whole process. So I got the new new pipes in, and I've had a new concrete slab poured. Yeah, look at this, 700 damage, and it's a mastery. It came easily. Yep. So right now I have a new floor with rebar, and it's flat and fine, and it's been flattened by a professional. So yeah. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Okay. It's the Challenger. The mighty Challenger. And the new British tank destroyer line. Very fun line. I've been grinding that and the Chinese useless lines at the same time. The Chinese tanks to me are as boring as anything in the game. It's absolute nightmare. On the other hand, this British line, oh my, they do have some special and unique characteristics. Look at this medium tank leaving the medium area. What the... yeah. Okay, Challenger. Extremely quick for... well, half the fun of it is because of the improved engine boost, which has made a lot of tanks very fun. Very fun. And what it allows you to do is to not to run around the map like a madman and be very fast, but it allows you to relocate. And for a TD, that's everything. So you're not running around and chasing people or running away from people. You want to fight with some range. And with the what happens with the TD is that sometimes you get to your ram. It's no good for ramming. It's absolutely useless for ramming. I'm fine. It's if you can use it at range, that's where it shines. It has a good gun. It does not have a good armor, not even a good turret. It's a good gun. That's all it is. And what happens, as I was going to say, is you have a tank like this with a good gun. You get it into a position, and then it turns out the Reds suddenly change their plans and go the other way, and yeah, you're stuck. You're gonna spend the next minute relocating, and battle will be pretty much done by the time you're relocated. Ah, this poor guy. He's not very lucky, is he? But with the improved engine boost, you can go to a position, you can spend a minute or two there, and then you can hit the engine boost and change position dramatically. And that's making these tanks twice as fun as they were before. So every match you have much better chance of contributing. You don't get those matches where you end up running around and moving around and never getting to the fight, and when you get to the fight you meet 5 tanks and red tanks and your whole team is dead, and it's like a one shot off and then bye. So you see here, I'm hitting the engine boost and I'm moving moving 60. I'm moving over 60 right into town, coming in to get those last shots in. And you see gun depression and everything. This tank it's just fun. Look, I was just shot from behind by the one tank that's unspotted. He shot me and I still didn't see him. That's the downside of this British tank destroyers, that some of them have camo, but none of them have view range. They can't see anything. I think there's no viewports on the turret. Must be. If they want to look outside, they have to look through the gun barrel between shots. That's how bad it feels. The view range. But still, very fun tanks, because that's what makes the tanks fun, is when they have strengths and weaknesses. You can always have some generic IS tank that's moderately strong and moderately weak and everything, and if you keep balancing tanks to not have any strengths or weaknesses, they're all gonna be the same IS tanks, and yeah, much better when they have really good at one thing and not good at all at something else. We'll sneak in and get the 4th kill here. Very fun tank. Very fun tank to play. And 3,537 damage is not too bad at tier 7. It's enough for an ace. Lucky with the M6 I could snipe from across there. But yeah, decent XP for that one. And it yeah, the engine boost, perfect. It's very, very nice touch. So, one of the blue tanks that people sold for gold, and I would never sell it, because this is still one of my favorite tanks. It's the T-21, and it's not fast, it's not sluggish, it's light on its feet. It moves nice. It feels smooth. I think that's the word I need to use on it. It's smooth. And of course this battle here is a bit classic. I've been joking with it before. That's my playstyle. I run in and I lose all my hit points as fast as possible, and then I try to hang in there with 10 hit points for the rest of the battle. And I have to switch to. I'm not sure. Did all the blue tanks get massively nerfed? Because I'm having. Okay, this tank is still fun to play. Okay, I'm realizing I have to run away here. That's gonna cost me. Ow! I just have my hit points here. All the blue tanks feel very weak compared to what they used to be, and I don't know. Did they just get power cracked, or did they get nerfed when they removed all the modules? Because they feel absolutely like this. I have to switch to premium ammo just to get through the front of a Tiger. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's 100mm. It was flat on. I should be able to pen him. Look at this. Big ugly bastard. Smasher. I hate those. They reload way too fast, and they hit way too well. Hit too much. Come on, come out there. No. Oops, I've been spotted. And here comes the attack. Okay. LTTB. Light tank heavy armor. Full hit points. Same tier as me. I have 450 hit points. I'm a potential 2-shot. But he rolled us low, so that makes me add 3 shots. And I'm out of hit points, pretty much. And I'm running. Look how nimble this tank is. It's not fast, but it's the way. I think maybe it's terrain resistance or something. I don't know. It just feels, ouch, feels nimble. There, 61 hit points left, and we're hitting. He is missing. He's getting a bit confident because he had to hit me only. He only had to scratch me once, and I would be bounced again, because that's a light tank that's armored like a train. Missed me, and he crashed, and we have the gun depression to get him, even if we went over that bump. So yeah, it's not a mastery game, not at all, but yeah, it shows what the T-21 can do. And by some miracle I just reappeared with another shirt on, and it's because it's no longer Thursday morning, now it's Saturday night, and yeah, chores caught up with me, and had to go pick up the kids, everything. But finally I have an hour to myself, rare to come by, and we're gonna just finish up this smasher in our T-21, which still can dance. Wondering, with these tanks they turned blue, did they get seriously nerfed? Because I remember all of them as being slightly better than they are now. T21 is still workable, but the rest of the blue tanks in my garage they seem horribly nerfed. Well, still managed to get 70,000 credits. That's not bad. Well, one of the lines I've been riding is, since I came back, is the Italian or the EU line, and this is tier 7. It's a 43 third, and it's the last of the shit tanks. Sorry. I like the tier 8. It's a very nice tank. Everything that came before it is just annoying. They're just really annoying, and yeah, there's a reason for to cut his track. We didn't want to get under his depression. So yeah, the tier 8 is the one I really first one I really enjoy. It's the first to the auto reloader, which is a very exploitable mechanic, as you will see later. But yeah, this game I included it because of how it ends. Because as these are all new tanks, I really would like an ace in them, and I think this should have been an ace battle. To be honest. Okay, just has a few hit points left. We're swapping to premium to be sure, because he was turning a bit pink on the edges there. Ooh, don't hit me. No. That was a mistake. Should not have peeked out there. Should have waited for him to turn his turret. That cost me... Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna say it. Not gonna reveal too much. Ooh, someone behind me. Someone in front of me. Have to finish this guy. Then we can move up. This is scary stuff, but he's not looking at me, so... He's looking elsewhere. And he doesn't have a turret, so by all means, let's get behind him. Oops. It turns out I'm alone now. But I have 4 kills. That's not bad. Ouch. And there's only him left. This could be an ace, but oh look, he has only 30 hit points left. I could shoot him now. I could shoot him, but no! I needed the ram kill. Oh, that's just silly of me. I couldn't resist the ram kill. He was higher tier. It was all for the kamikaze. I did it for the kamikaze medal, but 3,168 damage. Bradley Walters, Nichols. Yeah, I should have taken that shot and gotten my mastery, but nope, it was not to be. Now, this is tier 9. I don't have any very funny games in the P44, so this is the standard B. It has some weird name, but let's not go ahead and annoy all the Italian speakers out there and keep with the pronounceable name. This is the standard B. It's yeah. I think it's a tank that is slightly lacking. It's slow. It's unarmored. The auto reloader does give it some phenomenal tricks, but yeah, the thing is the reload is too slow. It's the reload when you've fired one shot and you're gonna wait for a full reload so you can keep your DPM at the maximum. Like the sustained DPM of this thing is appallingly bad. Sure, it has the fun thing where you can really finish off someone real fast, but yeah, it makes it very situational. Some games you have to you have to do the damage. You have to carry by doing damage, because no one else is doing damage. And look at this. This is poor gun handling. And for those matches where no one else is doing the damage and you have to do it, with the auto reloader you should be able to sit back and use it like a single shotgun and do a full reload between every round. And with this tank, that's just too slow. It's just not going fast enough. And because of this, the other people, they don't respect this tank, as they should. They keep rushing it because they know that it's usually not a big score on the scoreboard. They don't really think about that it has a 1,000 damage loaded up front, and yeah, well, it takes a few seconds to get off all those shots. So people will rush you and take half your hit points and then die. But if they're under 1,000 hit points, if they're over 1,000 hit points, they will take away 70% of your hit points before they die. But yeah, it's a tank you don't want to be rushed in, and it doesn't have the speed. If it had more speed, it would be better equipped to deal with its low DPM. If it had better armored, it would be better able to use its poor DPM. It's just seriously lacking in strengths. Well, it's not lacking in strengths. It has strengths, but there's no synergy. There's no synergy. And oops! Suddenly I'm alone against two. That was almost a Klobano situation, because I was alone against three, pretty much, almost. Well, my last teammate, he didn't do anything. Right at the end there. This guy here, I underestimated him a bit, and I overestimated my gun's ability to aim. And at least I got rid of this guy. And then I was how big is this hill? How big is the mountain behind me? And I was wondering, can I get over without getting shot? And he just absolutely... Oh, look at that. Look at the chat. Yeah, he just was absolutely ready and aimed in. He was expecting me to go there. It's so well played on him. Very well played. Yeah, there's someone in the chat who seems to know me. They're very encouraging and very, very, very distracting. Oops, there he comes. He's just coming right for me. But let's see here. We can sneak in a shot there. Nope. No luck. And another one. Yeah. One unlucky and one lucky. That sounds fair. Now we're gonna reload. It's the auto reloader. We're gonna just stay hidden until we have at least 2 shots ready. 3 would be better. I'm very unsure of where he is now, because he was playing well, so he could be anywhere. And oh, he's there. He just shot. I could get to him before he has a chance to reload, and oh yeah, I didn't, but I managed. He rolled low, and we'll finish him off with some really ammo. Yeah, 5,155 damages. And it's still just a first class. 5 kills, 5k damage. Prototypo standard B. Very high threshold to get it aced, I think. 1,404 raw XP. No go. Because this is a tank that, in the right situation, it can absolutely shine. So, yeah, we're gonna need to luck out in one of those special situations. Fail of the week. Fail of the week. I've been grinding another line as well. The goddamn Chinese tanks. Both the heavies and the TDs. And this is a tier 9 heavy. It has some kind of name. No one knows what the name is. No one cares what the name is. It's a name with... It's gonna have a W, a Z, and a lot of ones, and... looks just like all the other WZ1 things. It has a decent gun. It does. It's a bit slow. Oh, look at this guy. This should be... He should be the hero of the week. He's just going all in. Yeehaw. And look... The DPM in this tank is like all heavy tanks. Nothing to write home about. It's good alpha, but... yeah, you're waiting for that reload. And you're waiting... And you're waiting... You have a decent turret, but like typical Chinese fashion, your cupolas are overly large and overly vulnerable. Oh, come on. No pen. And yeah, we're kind of getting people in from all sides here, and come on, look at this turret traverse. It's atrocious. Yeah. In the open, no match for the Super Pershing unit. Just goes right through. Wiggle and dance all you want. Okay, we're up to 2,600 damages. The red team just pulled ahead. They have one kill more than us. The AT is it's trying a sneaky maneuver here. And there's someone behind me, but I have to trust to my team to get rid of him. Okay, we're at 2 for 2. Ooh, there's the tiger behind me. Okay, I'm gonna get away from the tiger. I'm gonna finish this guy, and then I'm gonna have to run around here before the tiger gets to me. But he's busy with my teammates. I'm gonna turn around, use this hill for cover, and look, my team is suddenly starting to melt here. They're melting. They're melting. Ah, look at that. That was a beautiful shot. That was just like right in there. So suddenly it's 2 against 5, and oops! And look at me suddenly getting the bounces by I'm rushing towards him, getting his shot on my upper glacis, and then I'm using the hill to steepen my angles, and then I'm pushing my upper glacis against this guy to protect it, and suddenly I have a light tank on my side, but I'm still getting bounces. I'm bouncing, and go! No, one more bounce, please. One more. There we go. That's 2,130 blocked, and yeah, I have a light tank behind me now. It's not gonna work. 5,139 damages and 2,130 blocked, and yeah, I'm not very happy about my team here. It's found out a weird thing about the replays when I'm spectating another tank, moving the camera around to look through his eyes, and in the replay I'm still on my own tank, but the camera movement is recorded, so you can see a lot of weird camera movement now while we're waiting for my team. I think I maybe even give my teammate a hint on what he should do. I don't even remember, but so I could see what was going on. Yeah, back behind him, behind you was what I meant, and yeah, didn't really handle that in the best way. So, second class only, because it was a loss, and I think it's one of the highest damages I've had in a tier 9 heavy, because heavy tanks have low DPM by default. So I'm quite satisfied by the amount of damage I did and blocked, but very disappointed that we didn't pull off the win, because this must have been a mastery. Can't be so many 5k matches in this dreadful tank. Okay, by popular demand, and the second fail of the week. We're on Normandy, and well, this is pretty much what I do in every tank I have. No matter what tank I have, I go for B. B is a good position to watch swap left or right. And yeah, look at that STB. What's the heat pen on this tank? It's like 6,000 millimeters or something, and yeah, he just shrugs it off. What is the heat pen on this tank? No idea. Okay, I'm gonna hold this position, and you can see on my map there are a few of my people on the right side. There are a few behind me, and there's one guy up here with me. He's like gonna prove to be the only asset on my team. This guy is slightly mad. He's going all in after this guy here, so we're gonna have to help him a bit. I'm gonna try to help him out a bit. Come on, don't pick on my buddy. And what happened there? I shot and the shot didn't go off, and must have been some serious lag of some kind. Shot didn't go off. The gun showed the animation, and then half a minute later the shot went off again, and that was the real one. Yeah, it was a weird laggy thing. So yeah, this guy looks not entirely AFK, so I'm a bit afraid to leave him alive behind me, so I just have to finish him, and then we go around, and by now our right flank has collapsed, and we're gonna have to go back here. They're attacking our TDs in the back, who seem utterly unable to defend themselves. There's the Conqueror, Mighty Conqueror. It's a 268er. There's the STB. He's still pushing up. He's going on my T-54 friend. Yeah, we're gonna starting to get a lot of company here. Yeah. High roll. High roll. And our snipers are falling apart faster than you can say. Grill. High explosive round for 1,000 damage into that French TD. And there goes our other. Yeah, I'm not fighting backwards. I'm fighting towards my own spawn here. And we're gonna have 3 tanks coming in here, and there's... My options are severely limited. This tank can get some bounces. I was hoping to scare that guy back again, but he chose to just keep coming. Both of those guys there. Trying to clear the Conqueror. I deem him the most the dangerous target because he has... oh, that was unlucky. I know they're behind me, all of them. I'm just gonna have to turn around. Go on. Yeah, got one more in, and it's a loss. And yeah, 6,374 damages, and yeah, 1,700 blocked, I think it was. I need a master in this tank as well, and I did well in excess of half the damage of my team here. 2 spots, a little bit of assist, some victory points. Yeah. Did damage to all, or did something to all the tanks on the red team. Lots of damage to this guy. Spotting on that guy. Lots of damage on that guy. 1 big shot on this guy, and almost had this guy as well. So I'm a bit annoyed by this. It's a bit of an annoying thing to stop the show on, but I'm hoping to be back soon-ish with some more materials. So, thanks a lot for watching. Hope it was fun, educational, and there's an hour of your life you'll never get back. So, bye!